Hello, parents. Welcome to my open house presentation. My name is Mr. Donohue, and this is for English 9. I apologize for not being able to be at open house this year. I have a soccer game I have to coach for the school, and we could not move the date. So without further ado, I want to take you through the presentation you would have seen had I been there. And I'll take you through everything, and we'll get going. So our big encompassing theme for text this year is children's literature, and you see some of our texts that we're working with throughout the course of the year on the screen here. On the surface, people may look at these and say, well, these are just kids' books. But children's literature they're deep, they're complex, they provide insight into the hopes and fears and insecurities of children. But at the same time, these texts, they provide the foundation for modern story. Each one of the texts you see on the screen, they are really the foundation of the themes, the motifs, the storylines, the character archetypes that are present in pretty much every modern story that the kids are watching on Netflix or going to the theaters and seeing. It all started with these texts here. And I think it's important to work with these and have an understanding of what these are all about. At the same time, I think a lot of the kids, when they work with these texts, they come to realize that the stories are a lot more complex, nuanced, and even darker than they've come to see in the Disney versions that they grew up with. In terms of the writing that we engage in this year, I employ what's called the workshop model. So what that means is, as we engage in the writing process, we all share our writing together. So the students will be sharing their writing with me and with each other. So as we start our writing at the end of the first book, I guide them through the process. I show them how to write an introduction and how to write body paragraphs and how to write conclusions. We edit together. Oftentimes, I'll be grabbing the student's writing and I'll be putting it up on the smartboard to show all of the students how to take a piece and improve it. I'll be putting my own writing on the board. The group effort is really a great way for everyone in the room to improve and lift the level of their writing. For every novel we read, there is a major essay which counts as their test grades. There's also some smaller writing pieces as the year goes on. Now, because writing is an art form and it's something that is a craft that has to be worked on and continually worked on, I allow every essay to be rewritten for a higher grade. So what will happen is, after the first essay is done, I'll grade it. Once it's returned, the students will have 1 week in which to come see me, sit down, have a writing conference, and then rewrite it and resubmit it for a higher grade. Here's our Google Classroom information. This is our digital learning platform. All the students are on the Google Classroom. I would recommend, and I've recommended it to them, they should have it on their phones. That way they're notified when I post work or announcements. I post not only the homework there, I've now started to post lesson notes on there as well. That way they have it if they are out. I also have a notebook I carry with me where I have my own lesson notes that I work from. They are always free to come and grab that and copy that into their own notebooks. I would encourage you all to please also download the Classroom app onto your phones as well and follow along the class with us. As far as homework goes, homework needs to be turned in the day after it's assigned. I also allow a 1-day grace period after that for half credit. I'm trying to work with the students to be independent, mature, and accountable for their work. But I've also told them that I understand that they all lead incredibly complicated lives. So if there's anything that ever gets in the way of them completing their homework, they just need to talk to me about it, and we'll figure it out, and we'll take care of it. Finally, here's my contact information. Here's my email. Feel free to email me at any time with questions, concerns, anything you think I need to know that would help your students' progress, anything that's getting in the way of their progress. I'm open to any conversation you may want to have. And if you'd like to give me a call, here's my Google Voice number. Finding a phone in the school can be troubling, or it can be difficult at times. So I would prefer that if you give me a call, it would be on this number here. I'm really looking forward to continuing to work with the kids as the year goes on. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you at some point this year, and I hope you all have a great year. Thank you, folks.